Hey guys, so just a little update. Um, about a month ago, I actually bought some chickens, some little baby chicks. Stopped by Tractor Supply, and I got four of them. And it's only been 3 weeks, going on four, and man, they've gotten huge. I didn't think they were gonna grow this fast, but they do. I had a little bin set up and I had their food and the heating pad or the little heat tray down there. Um, and I had them in my room for a bit, and it was okay. I was able to control the smell, but now it's getting a little out of hand. So I'm moving them to my garage. So I'm gonna make a couple adjustments, um, and I'll show you what I'm doing. And I don't know a lot of taking care of chickens. This is my first time raising chickens. And when I'm going to show you what I did with this black bin that I got from Home Depot, I just saw some lady do this on Instagram. So I thought it was pretty neat. So I'll give it a try. And once I'm finished with it, I'll give you a little walkthrough of what I did. And that way you can see and, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any comments or maybe if I could do something different, please let me know. So I moved the chickens onto another bin just for the meantime. And as you can see, I just had this cleaned a couple days ago, and these guys poop like crazy. That's their little chicken heater, and it's at the highest level. And they like to just jump on there and poop all over it. And you see all this was bedding. I'm using hemp bedding just because I had pine shavings, but I noticed that it was creating a lot of dust, as you can see on the walls of the bin. So I decided to replace it with hemp bedding, and it looks like it's empty, but what's happening is when they're eating, I have this little food tray, and they'll kick up all their bedding inside here, and then I guess they can't get into their food afterwards. And so every morning I go dump it in my compost bin, and I fill it up with new fresh food. But I'm assuming that's where most of the bedding material is going to. So let me clear this up. I'm going to get rid of this heater. I'm gonna put it away, and what I decided to do is I'm gonna hang a heat lamp from a hook that I have up there, and it'll be right on top of this bin. And I'll show you the layout, but it'll pretty much be on top of that square mesh, and that way they'll stay warm. And I'm gonna do something else for the food so that hopefully they'll stop kicking all that hemp bedding material into their food and into their water so much. So let me clean this up, let me get rid of this and put some new bedding in here, and I'll show you how it looks like right after. Just in case if any of you are wondering what kind of bedding material I'm using the Eaton Pet and Pasture hemp bedding material. Not sponsored or anything by it. I just saw this on Instagram and decided to try it. I did go to our local stores here, even Tractor Supply, and nobody had any hemp bedding, so I had ordered it online, and this is what it looks like. And what I like is that I don't see any dust, and it seems pretty good. It seems pretty fine. It doesn't cause that much issues. So I'll keep using this, and I'll see how it works out. And if it's good, then I'll just continue using this hemp bedding material, especially once the chicken coop is up. I'll be using that for their bedding as well. Another thing that I'm trying as well is I don't just get this old material, bedding material, and just throw it away. I'm trying to do like a deep layer method. So when it gets like this, I'm just going to keep adding more material on top of more material, and then hopefully the chickens will work through it. And I think I gotta change it at least once a month or something for now, so I'll be doing that. So this is what it looks like. I just added some more material in here. As far as how much, I don't know. I'm just eyeballing it, um, and I just put it all over on top of the old hemp bedding that was there already. Like I said, I dumped the whole thing. I didn't really see no dust. There's fibers and stuff like that, but I'm assuming it's all from the hemp. But it smells real earthy. Doesn't smell weird. And I noticed that with the pine shavings, the chicken manure was really stinking up my room. And with this hemp bedding, I mean, it's still gonna stink, but not as bad as how it was getting. So I'm gonna keep trying this and keep layering more on top of more on top of more, and then I'll probably be adding once a week, because I do have 4 baby chicks in this bin. It's the largest bin that they had at Home Depot, which I think it was like 38 gallons or something like that. 38 liters, 38 gallons. And yeah, so this is the hemp bedding. And like I said, guys, I don't know much about this. I'm just going along and learning as much as I can. And I'm just eyeballing everything. I'm not trying to measure or anything like that. We'll just keep going. And if I feel like they need more bedding, I'll put more bedding. And I'll just keep adjusting from there. So for the food issue, where a lot of the bedding material was getting into their food tray and getting into their water bowl, I saw this person on Instagram do this. They put wire mesh and a couple pieces of wood, and they put the food tray and water bowl on top of it, and it should control the birds from putting a lot of bedding material into their food tray and water bowl. So this is just something I tried. I already had this. Remember, guys, this is actually for my worms. The 1/4 inch mesh. I just had extra, and I had a couple of 2x4s that I cut to length. This should fit about the width size of the bin once I install it sideways. And everything's reused, even these right here. These were I had taken off from a previous project, and instead of throwing them away, I just saved them, and I used it for this little project. And I'll set it up and I'll show you guys so you guys can see what it looks like, and hopefully it works, because it does suck that they're kicking a lot of their bedding into the food tray, and I could hear them chirping away because they're hungry and they can't get to their food. So hopefully that'll prevent that, as well as those water. This looks pretty clean right now, believe it or not. So I'll put this in, I'll clean the trays, put new food, put new water, and I'll let you guys see how it is. I also have a little bowl for grit. I gotta clean it. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit on here. I'll try to work something else, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, if I have to make certain adjustments, I'll make certain adjustments. It's no biggie. Like I said, this is my first time, and what I want to do, just to give you a little recap, I don't want to consider any animal that I have as a pet. I feel like every animal should have a purpose, and these chickens, even though I do consider them as pets right now. Hopefully they'll give me a couple eggs. I'm not too keen on the eggs. I'm trying to say I'm going to live and never buy store-bought eggs anymore. I'm not saying that. But what I do want to do is use their chicken manure and use that in my compost and vermicompost and use that for my garden. So that's my whole goal, is to grow my vegetable garden, to grow my trees and my plants. So I'll use their chicken manure for that. And once we get some eggs, that'll be a plus. But yeah, I don't want to think of my chickens as pets, even though it's only been 3 weeks, but I already consider them as pets. I already named them. So yeah, the whole goal though is I want to learn how to raise chickens. I want to learn how to protect them. I want to build a good coop, a strong coop, so no predators could get them. Because in the future, I do want to purchase land. I want to do a homestead, and I want to be ready and prepared when that day comes. So that's the whole reasoning why I'm getting chickens right now and trying to learn as much as I can. So this is what I envisioned what my brooder would be like. So right here is going to go the heat lamp, so they'll have some heat. And this is their little food stand, so that what it should do is prevent a lot of the hemp bedding to go into their food and their water bowl. And hopefully this works. This is the first time I try it out, and like I said, all I had was reusable. I just reused my 1/4 inch mesh that I had from my worms sifter. This was extra material. I had 2x4s that I just cut to length on the width of this bin, and I just nailed them down. Just 3 little chicken nails. Nothing crazy, nothing hard or anything like that. Pretty simple. But this is the layout. This is what I wanted to show you guys. And hopefully this works, because I do feel bad. Like I said, I'm usually at work, but every morning before work, I go out, get them new clean water, get them clean out their little food tray, and fill it up with new food. And every morning that I look in there, it's just packed with their hemp bedding, and prevents them from eating most of their food. So hopefully this works. And yep, I'll show you guys once the lid is on. And this is their lid, and same thing, this is just my worm sifting material, the 1/4 inch mesh that I had lying around. That was just extra material. This is the original lid for this bin, and all I did was I kind of measured 1 inch by 1 inch, and then this is just half of the lid itself, and I just used a little grinder, try to keep it as straight as possible, drilled a couple holes and just attach zip ties to it, and I'll just have the heat lamp on top, and we'll see if this works. I saw this lady on Instagram do it, and it looked pretty good, so we'll see how my results are. Crazy birds. This is a quick little view before I put the chickens in. Got the heat lamp hanging from a hook from my ceiling. I could adjust it if it needs to go higher or lower, depending if they need more heat or less heat. And got the food bowl, the water bowl, the food tray, the little stand that I built. Well, yeah, this is pretty much it. So let me put them in and let's see how this works out for them. Okay guys, so this is it. Got my 4 little chickens in. I got the bin on top, the lid locked in here, Can't go anywhere. I got the square cut, 1/4 inch mesh, heat lamp. I could adjust it a little bit more lower if they need more heat. I got the food over there, the water over there, and hopefully they'll be pretty clean, and I'll keep up with their bedding material, keep adding more, and then at the end of the month I'll throw it into the compost and put new bedding material, and we'll start fresh. And I'll give you guys an update the more we go along, and I'll show you guys the chicken coop setup that I'm building right now. I'm going to be using one of my old dogs kennel that we had torn down because we were going to give it away, but the person who wanted it was unable to pick it up. So I'm going to reuse it and have it used for a new purpose, which will be for my chickens. So I'll show you guys that. But thank you for staying on as long as you guys could. And please keep watching and support my channel. Leave comments, any ideas, anything I should be doing different. Just let me know. This is my first time raising chickens, and any advice is greatly appreciated. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.